I just want to say that I'm glad to be back here. I really enjoyed presenting last year when I did, and there was a much larger audience, so I'm kind of surprised that there aren't too many. But I have to agree with Keena. I think people do take things away from here, because I had the pleasure of being presenting last time with, oh, I don't remember his name, but the owner of 88.7 The Bridge, the radio station. And I know that people take things away from here, because I'm still listening to that radio station, so I love it. But High Tide News, I started High Tide News about 2.5 years ago. I moved down here and didn't want to retire yet, so I just started up this little newspaper. And this little newspaper has turned into my life. It's really been a lot of fun. It's thriving. I actually made a profit for the last 2 months, so that was a wonderful day. And I know, just during research that I've done, I know, it's like, wow. It wasn't a lot of profit, but it was a profit. But in research that I've done, I know that magazines, when magazines start up, they've actually seen that it takes like 8 years for a magazine to really show a profit. So I felt pretty good about this. In High Tide News, let me just tell you a little bit about it. It gets mailed out to 10,000 people every month, and what I use is every door direct mail through the post office. So the post office is actually delivering to random, well, not random, but I do a selection of neighborhoods throughout southern Sussex County, and mail them out weekly, usually on a weekly basis. I try to get them out by the 3rd week of the month, though, because it's a monthly, comes out every month, and I try to get them all mailed by the 3rd week so that, you know, it's not old. And what I do is I go through neighborhoods mostly below the Indian River Bridge and, you know, south of. And I do hit some neighborhoods up in Rehoboth and Lewis, and I'm looking to go over. I've hit a couple over in Laurel and Seaford, because I'm getting people who want it out there. So my goal is to get another paper going. I mean, that's my real goal here. So 10,000 go out, and if I could get another paper going and have it like for the northern part of Sussex County, and then this one for the Sussex, that's my goal. But in the meantime, what I've done is I have made additions to the paper. Well, this is I actually do other things like signage and brochures and business cards and all that sort of thing if people want it done. But my new thing is going to be a newspaper for your business. So this is going to be, you know, just a one-time little newspaper. This is just kind of a mock-up. For, you know, so that a business can have their own mailer. So, yeah, so you know, of course, he's loving it. But, and along with this, there will be videos attached to the newspaper. So, and that's what I want to show you. That this is the new thing that I'm doing now is I'm actually doing videos. I have a high-density camera, kind of like that one. Only mine's a Sony. But, and I'm going out and I'm doing videos for people. I'm editing them. And I do have the experience. I know people think, oh, you're doing that all yourself. But I actually worked for a Catholic publishing company, and I got all my print experience for 18 years. And then I worked for AM Best Company, which is an insurance ratings company. And I helped them design their studio and everything in it for it's called AM Best TV. It's an insurance ratings thing, and they do webinars and that sort of thing from the studio. So I helped design the entire thing, and I was the art director for Best Review magazine, and I ran the graphics part of the marketing department up there. So I did that for 10 years, and that got me my experience as far as video and all that kind of stuff. And I love it. I mean, that too. I just love what I do. So, but let me show you, if I could ask Ron to come up and help me out here. I was having a little trouble this morning because I probably should have been a little more prepared with you guys so that I would have, here, now how am I going to do this? Okay. I just want to show you how this works, and it might not download. I just tried it a minute ago, and it didn't download real well. But you can take what it is, this This Layar app, it's a free app that you can just go on and download at get.layar, Layar.com. And it's a free download. You download it, it actually reads QR codes. It's a real versatile app. It reads all kinds of stuff, so reads QR codes also. And what I've done is I've done my video. Wait, let me back up a little bit, Ron, if you don't mind, right there. So what it does is it actually reads the paper and a video pops up. And this is one of the videos that I took. It's got sound and everything with it. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, though. Come on. There we go. Oh. But see, it's kind of downloading for a minute. That's what I said before. I said, oh, it's not downloading real good. But I think it's just because of the, it's just not quite coming in a lot. But the cool thing is my advertisers, let me flip this. My advertisers also are putting, doing a video. Come on. And so they can advertise their company at the same time. I mean, it adds a whole lot more to your advertising. You've got this whole video in there. And, you can add all kinds of stuff to it. Plus, the videos that I'm doing, they're about 30 seconds to a minute long. And I'm uploading them to YouTube if the person wants it, so it's kind of neat. It's kind of
Hi, folks. Welcome to Luxury Motors over at Rehoboth Beach.
That really does go a lot faster if it wasn't downloading. But let's see. The other one, you know what other one? If you don't mind opening that, the feral one is kind of a cool one. Yeah, it is because it's quick. 2 more pages. There it is. But I've been having a lot of fun with these. Pardon me? Yeah. This one is just kind of fun because she actually walks right out of the... Come on. If you download it on your own mobile device, on your phone or whatever, it really does come up much quicker than this. Plus my iPad. I use my iPad because it's a little larger, but... Oh, I am so sorry. This is embarrassing that it's not really working right. But it does. It does work right. I know. It's like, throw that computer through the window, right? But, so I will just leave it at that. The videos really do work, and I've had a lot of fun with them. And what I'm really looking for right now with High Tide News, I mean, I can see the potential here. This whole video AR, it's called augmented reality, and basically what it is, the AR, it's taking anything. I mean, I could do a video right now of this wall and actually put it up there, and I could put any video or audio or anything that I wanted against that, and somebody could come up with their AR, click on that wall, and that video would come up. So in other words, I can do signage, I can do business cards. Farrell's actually has his T-shirts with the Farrell logo. His video comes up, his little 30-second commercial. So it's really pretty neat. And what I'm really looking for now is somebody to come in with me and help me do this, because I can see the potential, but I need help. So
let's give her a round. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now it's time to open the floor for questions and comments. And sure enough, Mr. Mudd.
Well, good morning again.
Good morning. I
We met
remember you
at the
from
car,
last time.
obviously, and I remember a year ago, right?
Yeah, it was
You made
about,
your first
yeah.
presentation here. The distribution was still 10,000 at the time, right?
Yes.
And you haven't come north of the bridge per se, right?
I really haven't. It's still, that whole thing is just about the same, as far as how many I'm printing up and how many I'm distributing, yeah.
Now, question, did I hear you correctly? AR is augmented reality?
Augmented reality, that's what they call it.
That's very clever, augmented reality. And since I see one of your advertisers is Eunice,
Yes.
and
She's actually one of my writers, yeah.
and every Monday morning, she has a service that blasts me a tidbit, right?
Exactly.
Every Monday morning.
Yes, I get it too, yes.
If augmented reality went in on Eunice, would it bring up anything, or if she isn't?
It could.
Is
It could. I haven't done that yet for her. I haven't really suggested it for her, but that would be a great suggestion for her to do that, because she could have all of her little, all of her
Those
little Monday
tidbits,
morning tidbits could come up. Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
That's what I'm
Great
feeding,
idea.
that's what I'm feeding back to you, is if
Great idea.
she puts the effort to actually send something out to her subscribers, we'll call it, every Monday morning with those tidbits, then I would think she would go the next step with you.
Oh, I'm sure.
And do that. So
Yeah.
just feeding that back and
That's a great idea.
continued success.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Good to see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on your moving
My
forward.
Profit.
Absolutely, and I love the profitability piece. And I love the part where you've now stated that you're looking for collaboration.
Yeah.
Have you
really.
collaborated with any other newspapers, business papers thus
I
far?
really haven't. No,
Okay.
I really haven't.
Is there a particular reason why you haven't done any
I
collaboration?
just haven't really given it any, I didn't know if there would be reason to do that. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
I can always, I support collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk a little bit about your business newspaper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you identifying the newspapers who may be interested in having their own business newspaper?
I haven't actually, this was just a concept that we actually came up with this one, and it's actually not even printed yet.
Okay.
But the thought is that we, for basically the price of this paper, we can get this one because it's smaller. We can get 30,000 of this one, of the one. So we figure if I can give a business 30,000 newspapers, and, they can put it in their own mailers, their own flyers, they can put them out wherever they want to put them, they can give them to customers, they would have 30,000 newspapers that they could give out all about their own business. And I guess it's just, we've all seen these little newspapers come in the mailbox, but I don't think that anybody's really doing it here. I've never seen it anyway, so that was my thought.
And lastly, you mentioned I'm ready to move forward to bring on maybe a general partner or collaborator. What specifically is it that you're looking for that partnership to offer?
Well, I think I need help even more than money. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's more, I can't spread myself so thin. I keep doing all of these things and I want to keep doing them, but I need help doing it. And so I think that if I could find somebody who has maybe almost the same background as me, who loves publications, who wants a newspaper eventually, because I would like to retire someday, truly, but what I would love to do is build this thing big enough that, I could pass it on to somebody else and it would keep going. I guess that's my dream, really, is to keep it going.
Can I suggest
Yes.
that you take it from your head to the paper? Begin to write those thoughts down and what your needs are, be able to identify them, and then begin to seek where the help is so that you can connect it to it. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I see.
Yeah.
How did you begin advertising your paper?
How did I begin advertising it?
Yes.
To be honest with you, I don't know that I really advertised my paper. What I did was go door to door. I really did when I first moved down here. And in order to get advertisers to advertise in my paper, I actually just started walking in on businesses or giving them a call first and then, making an appointment and going in and talking to them and, telling them my concept. I did do a concept paper kind of like this to show them what I was doing. And the first couple people who advertised, I was thrilled because, it's like, wow, they really want to advertise with me. And they understood my thoughts of, getting it out to local residents, and they liked it, so.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw your first presentation as well, and I think you've gotten better on your feet, if you would say.
I'm a terrible presenter.
Well, you do very nicely. You really have come a long way, I think, since you made the first one. Maybe you were just nervous. But I have a suggestion for you and a question. Suggestion is you run a big, hey, David, you run a big challenge when you pass out paperwork, and then you're going to talk. because people will pick it up and want to read it. You can lose control of that. Originally, when you did, I saw these three folks here and some others were looking at the paper, and you were talking
Oh,
at the
that's
same
true.
time. So
That's true.
depending on how you want to utilize that fact, you could make it work for you, or it can work against you. Now, the question is always economics. Can you describe or quantify the cost of the new process that you have, or have you struck a price on that yet, or do you have any kind of numbers for it?
For this new one?
Well, that one, and also the thing, yeah, I guess that would be it. And then the thing you did with that magic board you brought with you,
With my videos?
that Ouija board sort of thing.
That would be an iPad? No,
Yeah, oh, is that what it is?
that's what it is.
Easy for you to say.
Well, you know, and I realized too, probably the reason my iPad didn't work so well is that that's kind of an older iPad, and it's all brand new technology, so that's why I say on the new mobile phones, it works real well, and that's one of the original iPads, so I probably shouldn't have used that. But I actually do have more materials too, and I put them up here. I probably should have put the newspapers up there too. I was actually happy to see people looking at the newspaper though, because that is the whole idea behind it. The cost that I base everything on as far as advertising, I base it on a 1/6 page ad, which is this size. It's about the size of this, the size of the yellow here. It's that size. And I base everything on that, you know, as far as advertising, and that begins at $240 a month. That includes the video. It includes being on the website. And that's another thing I didn't mention is the website. Your ad is up on the website. I actually put keywords and everything in the website, including the businesses, so that people can Google the business, and it'll, you know, eventually lead to with the whole Google thing, takes a little longer now, but it does get to their ad. So, and the videos, all the videos that I do are also up on the website, and I'm keeping an archive. I'm sorry? I said that all the videos and everything that I do are also up on the website. So it's all inclusive. And if you want the augmented reality, it's an added $50 to the price of your ad. The only thing that I ask is that you sign up for a 3-month sign-up. So, $240 base for a 1/6 page. And then everything, you know, for the size of the paper, it's all based on that $240. So, yeah,
So it's $290 then with the augmented reality?
yeah.
And that's for what
Well,
period of time?
no, it's $240. I'm sorry, I'm not saying this right. It's $240 a month, so it's a monthly charge of $240 a month, and I ask that they sign up for 3 months, so it would be added on to that,
Plus
plus the
$50 if you want
$50 for
augment
the augmented
per
reality.
month, right?
No, $50 total on the
So-
3-month price.
For the 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah, it's just an added $50 for the video. You know, once you've signed up for a 3-month, 6-month, 1 year, whatever you want to do. And the video can stay up for a whole year. Right now, these little videos that are in the monthly are staying up for a month. But-
My question then revolves around feedback from your 10,000 distributions to you of how effective your advertiser
advertising.
dollar is if we go with you. And then last but not least, since it's new, this augmented reality, I would love to understand how you could get the feedback as to the effectiveness of augmented reality.
Okay, there's actually, and I can, but of course it's more expensive to do this, but I can get the statistics of how many people are clicking on that. I mean, I can actually, yes, I can get those statistics. I would probably have to charge a whole lot more to do that though, because it just, you know.
Well, wouldn't it be
You
a
think it would be more?
selling tool for you to actually have demonstrated performance to someone that's going to pay you $240 a month for an ad, plus another $50 for a quarter for augmented reality?
For the-
Wouldn't that
for the
just fit in line with how you would market your
Yeah.
product?
Yeah, it really would. It really would, because I need to have those statistics for people.
And last but not least, that is similar to the number of hits a particular website would get.
Correct.
That's what we're talking about as far as statistics, correct?
And right now, I can tell you how many hits I get on my website, because I do have all that, and my Facebook, but as far as the augmented reality, I haven't brought it that far yet, because it is, of course, they have the basic and the premium, and, and so it's a whole lot more. And until I can get enough of them, the expense of it hasn't really justified it yet, but I'd like to.
And last but not least, I think your presentation today demonstrated what we as 1 Million Cup organizers have to do more so in the future, is to help you and the future presenters with respect to prepping for the presentation, which is part and parcel of the responsibility and accountability on our shoulders.
Right.
I can go so far as to feel that you should have had a display board, if not table, et cetera, and you wouldn't be fighting with your handouts on the what is that, railing over there. So this is a critique of ourselves, and I really thank you for
Well,
the
you know what,
opportunity, because
last time-
every time, we're picking up more and more of what we should be doing to help the presenters.
Oh, I
So-
appreciate that. And last time we did have a table down here, and I actually brought big signs and everything of the paper, and
Right.
I just, I was surprised when I walked in, there wasn't a table, but I didn't bring my signs and my, all that stuff either, but I probably should have.
And I was trying to also counter what Lit was saying about a guy like me that was reading your paper while you were presenting and trying to find, obviously, Eunice's ad or whatever in it. And from that standpoint, you could have had the paper on display and pointed it out
That's how I
on
did
a
it last
board
time.
if we had had it for you. And then you could have handed out the sample copies after the presentation. So-
That's what I did last time. Last time I had the 3 easels up here with my paper on it, and I actually pointed out, yeah. But, yeah.
That's the nice part about this forum. It's a place to learn, so that way if you are before a business audience of potential buyers, it might help you.
Right.
When you mentioned about what are you calling your business newspaper? What are you calling that?
Suggestions?
Oh, okay. All right.
I really
You're
haven't-
welcome to, open to suggestions.
I am definitely, like I said, I just came up with it, and so I haven't really advertised it or anything. In fact, you guys are the first people I've actually shown it to. I haven't, so this is my brandy new thing. The augmented reality, I started, I think, 2 newspapers ago, maybe 3 newspapers ago. I had a couple in it. And then this paper was really the first paper that I had a whole lot of them in, and I think I've got 11 videos in this one. So, and now this month, I think I have 6 in, and that's the one with the bridge, that one.
In my marketing firm, we produced newsletters, so I think there's a market there for you. I think you will do very well. By the way, congratulations on your profitability. That's a real milestone for what you've accomplished.
I thank
So,
you.
very good.
Thank you.
The other thing I'd like to mention is you brought up that your last presentation was at the same time as Bill Salmons was here, and he was
That's
with the bridge. He has some videography background. He had a company that I think maybe his son might be doing now. Don't quote me on that. But that might be, again, an opportunity for collaboration, especially between your paper, maybe his radio station or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
If you need his contact information, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you.
Dan, did I see your hand up? Okay, we've got time for one more question.
I do have a possible network for you, a retired journalist from D.C., and she actually headed a writers group that I went to for 5 years, and she is very interested in this kind of stuff. So I'm going to
Oh,
network
great.
you two together,
Definitely, definitely.
and I'm sure, I mean, she's out here on 18, more on the west side, but she could possibly
But
feed
that's
you
good.
some articles and
Yeah.
things, so.
Last
Beautiful, thank you.
But certainly not
That's-
least, how can we as a community help you?
Exactly, and that's exactly why I'm here today, because I realize that, finding a salesperson is one thing, but I really need somebody in publications and somebody who really, who really loves the whole idea of it, and I really think that the earning potential is there too as far as money if we just get a few more papers out, so. It's just, and I don't think that paper, you know, people say newspaper is dying because of the whole internet thing, but in reality, people love to pick up something and just the, you know, actually look at it and hold it in their hand. I mean, I don't think that'll ever go away. It's just like people with their Kindles. They still like to go to the bookstore and buy a book.